Hello everyone, myself Janisha from Sciences of Composite PU College, Vijaypur. In the last class, we have discussed about the types of classification of data. They are qualitative classification of data, quantitative classification of data, spatial or geographical classification of data, and also chronological classification of data. Dear students, in this today's episode, we are going to deal with a new concept, that is the concept of variables. As we know that, dear students, variables means what? So variables is nothing but the values which are keeps on changing. So that is what variable. This you already studied in your previous chapters. Then what is the major characteristics of this variables? See, the characteristics or phenomena which is capable of being measured and also changes its value over time is called what? Variables. This is one of the major characteristic or the nature of variable. They are, one is variables can be measured, and also second one is the variables, in the variables the values could be changed over time. So this is what the concept of a variable. Now in detail we'll discuss about this concept of variables. Your students, remember there are two types of variables. One is continuous variable, another one is discrete variable. Now let me discuss one by one. First one, continuous variable. Then what is continuous variable? What are the nature and the characteristics of a variable, so that we can discuss now. A continuous variable is defined as a variable which can take an uncountable set of values or infinite set of values. So remember here this feature. So in the continuous variable, so this is what? Uncountable set of values or infinite. Infinite means we cannot say that stopped values. So here uncountable as well as infinite set of values. Take for example stars in the sky. So this is what? Infinite, right? So we cannot identify or we cannot say that what the values will be stopped. And also a continuous variable can take any numerical value. There is no restriction, okay? Only fractional values we can take, or there is only integral values we can take. No. So here there is no restriction. So any type of numerical values we can take in the continuous variable. I said already, in the continuous variable we can take any numerical values. See, take for example, it may take integral values. Integral values means what? So values means the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And also fractional values, that means 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, etc. And also values that are not exact fractions, that means root 2, root 3, root 7. So these are. So any kind of values, any kind of numerical values we can take in the continuous variable. For example, the height of a student as he or she grows, say from 90 centimeter to 150 centimeter, would take all the values in between them, right? So we can say that 5.2 or 4.2, so like that. And also it can take values that are whole numbers like 90 centimeter, 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter, 150 centimeter, like so. And it can also take fractional values like 90.85 cm or 102, 134 centimeter, 149.99 centimeter, etc. So that are not whole numbers. And also other example of a continuous variables are weight, time, distance, etc. So students, one thing remember, under the continuous variable there is no restriction. So any kind of numerical values we can take under the continuous variable. Now second one we'll see here, discrete variable. Then what is discrete variable? So discrete variable can take only certain values. its value changes only by finite or jumps. See here, under the discrete variable, here we can take only certain values, means restrictions are there. Under the continuous variable, there is no restrictions, we can take any kind of numerical values. Yes, and also that is infinite values, infinite numbers. But in the discrete variable is not like that. Here we can take only certain values and its values changes only by finite, that is into jumps. It jumps from one value to another but does not take any intermediate value between them. That means what? It can take under the discrete variable. So the values can be jumped from one to another but does not take any kind of intermediate values between them. For example, a variable like the number of students in a class. See, the number of students in a class. For different classes would assume values that are only whole numbers. Right? It cannot take any fractional values like 0.5 because half of a student is observed. So that we can say that what only in certain type of values we can take under the what, that is in the discrete variable. Therefore, it cannot take a value like 25.5 between 25 and 26. Instead, its value could have been either 25 or it is 26. We cannot say that 25.5. And what we observe is that its value changes from 25 to 26. The values in between them, the fractions are not taken by it. So that remember, under the discrete variable here, fractional values could not be taken at any cost. But we should have, and also, but we should not have the impression that a discrete variable cannot take any fractional value. So these are what the types of variables. So which are the types of variables? That is continuous variable and also discrete variable. Now dear students, you just revise these concepts. In the continuous variable, what is the nature? Infinite value. And also in the continuous variable, we can take any kind of values or any kind of variables. But what about in discrete variable? Here it is not like that. It is takes certain type of values or the variables. And also fractional values could not be taken under the discrete variable. Okay, and also here it is a finite number and its values will be changed, that is by jump from one values to another value. So this is what the discrete as well as continuous variable. Okay students, in the next class we'll continue further more concepts, and today also some exercise questions will be there. Please solve these exercise questions.